Previously on our adventures in the world of The Witcher, the group had found themselves outnumbered and trapped within the unrelenting walls of a dungeon. Forced into prison cells, they struggled to regain their bearings and formulate a plan, and unfortunately luck was not really on their side. Kilton's leg wound, untreated but slowly healing at first, took a dark turn as unsuccessful treatments began to lead to a festering infection. And with their magic suppressed by the dimeridium woven into the prison, Opheia and Mare were feeling powerless. Mare, of course, does have the ability to cast somewhat within the presence of dimeridium, but still not to her normal element. Casper, ever resistant to captivity, soon found himself the focus of Tupacero, a twisted mage who was in league with Casimir and Katrine. His grim fascination with mutations and experimentation became clear as his reputation has been recalled as being the mentor of Degrim, the mage who experimented on Casper in days gone by, and potentially even the mentor to the infamous Jacques de Aldersberg. And as Tupacero led Casper away into his laboratory for purposes unknown, Mare, your sharp eyes catch something hopeful. The last guard following the procession is carrying the keys on his belt, and you think you might be able to grab those with a high-risk strategy. So that's where we will pick up.
Okay.
In the prison of Barag Dural.
This could get me killed.
It could. Anything could happen. Honestly, last session was a lot of unexpectedly bad rolls. So we'll see what happens here.
I should note that not only could this get you killed, it could get all of us killed, which makes it really exciting.
It could. All right, so
I don't think that'd make for very compelling television, though.
Oh, and I've forgotten to switch off.
No, I think it would be incredibly compelling television.
We'd have
hell of a finale.
Yeah, it would be not a very satisfying one.
We're going to be playing Parcheesi next week, live on stream.
No, we can do the Disco Elysium mini thing on
We'll be playing
stream.
strip poker.
All right, Casper, as you are led by these guards flanking you, kind of half pulling, half guiding you into what appears to be a laboratory that is attached here to the section of prison. You see within here all manner of implements and alchemical equipment, and you also see all manner of different body parts and organs and things that are kind of in mason jars and stuff that are aligning the walls here, and sort of a combination of alchemist's dream and mad scientist's horror show. Mare, you see, as you're kind of looking out, each of these prisons have these kind of little slots for food and things to go through on the doors. As you look out through the door, you see this last guard that is following the procession into the laboratory has just clipped the keys onto his leather belt, and you think that there is a chance that you might be able to capture the keys with a telekinesis. So
yes.
You do note that there is also still a guard here at the other end of the prison
God
that
damn
is
it.
still looking out. I know. Unfortunately, it is a prison and there are guards. So,
I was hoping this was going to be like a shift change and he'd be going too. God damn it.
Yes. So, it's going to be challenging. I want you to kind of think through what your what is your kind of goal here as you're doing this, right? Like, walk us through what you're going to try before you do it.
Didn't know there was going to be another guard there. Fucking, I would like someone else to make a distraction to distract the other guard.
Do you think we can get the guards to kiss?
No. Who's the guy? Is it the nerd mage that was with
Yes,
us?
you had seen Lindarian was dragged into this cell, and Clarice is in the cell next to you.
Okay. I want him facing away from me while I do it. So if he can face Lindarian's cell, if I can communicate with him, I don't know if I can. I want someone on the opposite side to make a distraction.
Okay. How do you think you'd try and communicate that to someone on the opposite side?
I mean, if you wait long enough.
Because, right, you've only got like a moment here as the guards are leading Casper in. You've got like one chance, one shot, one opportunity to try and grab these if you want to. Now, if you don't want to do that, you don't have to, right?
This is like the only. I can't think of another way how we get out of these fucking cells. So
Do it.
So what I was planning on doing might actually cause a distraction enough.
what were you planning on doing?
I assume there's scalpels around.
Are you in?
There's all manner of kind of surgical and alchemical equipment in this laboratory.
Casper was just gonna go a little wild, go a little crazy.
Our
Okay.
opportunity to take
So-
the keys might be gone by then. The guard is about to walk off.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is like one, like, right, this is kind of happening as you're being led in. Now, Casper, you had been shackled, that you have kind of dimeridium cuffs on, and you're kind of being flanked by these two guards. So I think in this moment, this is mostly like, what does Mari want to do, and if Mari wants to risk this or not before, because it's kind of happening within the span of essentially one turn, like 3 to 6 seconds happening here is like this guard is, he goes to clip it on his belt. Mari sees an opportunity. It's very high risk, but Mari, it's up to you what you want to do here. If
Shit
there's
bucket
an
would
action
probably
that you
be a
want to
good
take.
call now.
Yeah, I'll call for shit bucket.
Oh, what's it
You
worth?
just say, "Oh shit."
It's not worth it.
Bucket.
I'm never getting out of here. No, I'm kidding. Shit bucket.
This situation is a shit.
Guys are gonna get me killed. I'll toss the fucking shit bucket at the hole, splattering it all over my door in the cell that I am trapped in, probably splashing back, hopefully getting out of the slot.
Okay,
In sort of a streak.
so Mara, you're committing to this action then, right?
Plan.
What else do we have?
You've already committed to this as far as I know. I've done this.
Okay. All right. Kilton, first up, if this is all going to happen kind of concurrently, you're going to go ahead and give us, let's do just an athletics check, just to see, like, as you're throwing it out the slot, how accurate and how well you kind of aim this slop. It's a low DC. It's basically just don't fail. But
yeah. It's the... well, let's not think about
I
what
want the
happens
other guy
if
to
it
do it
this
fails.
will
too.
also determine how good of a distraction it is, right? So if you
Yes.
fail or don't do well, they're just going to kind of be like, okay, 13. Not amazing, but not
Yeah.
terrible. You didn't fail.
I used my luck too quickly last time. I'm not using it on shit bucket.
Fair enough. Kilton, you go ahead and aim at the slot in the door and hurl the sewage sludge out towards the soldier that is here. A good portion, probably half or so, makes it through the slot. The other half kind of splatters back across you and the cell. Obviously, this is kind of hard because your leg is still fractured, and so that is affecting you as well. And actually, what is the what's the condition? I don't think it affects this, but what's the condition for the untreated or for the treated leg fracture? It's just like, is it just speed?
To speed, yeah.
Okay. You go ahead and throw it out the door, and the guard spatters all over his robes, and he goes, "Oh, God damn it! I know we shouldn't have let them have gates that they can open on the doors." He is fairly distracted. This one starts kind of laughing and guffawing over here as he's just like,
I'm gonna go.
Finally got through to a guard.
If he's laughing and distracted by it, I'm gonna go for it.
Yes. So the distraction has worked. It is not the best distraction ever, but they are at least more preoccupied with what is happening. So Mare, if you're gonna try this, now is the time.
All right. Well, first I got to do an immutable roll at a flat DC of 16.
Okay. So.
I've got a base 14 to this, so add a luck to it.
I didn't mean to throw it. I'm possessed by a him.
Nice.
Okay. 21.
Right.
You easily pass that DC 16. And so that success means that you can mostly shrug off the effects of the dimeridium in the cell around you. You're still a little bit dizzy and kind of uncomfortable with like the casting process, but you can use up to half of your total vigor threshold to perform magic as you normally would.
Pretty great. My vigor is now 19 thanks to some points.
Yeah.
So this is going to make telekinesis super easy. Telekinesis is only a 3 stamina cost. 2 active, so
yeah.
I'm going to pull it towards me. I'm trying to pull the keys towards me.
Okay, so go ahead and give us your telekinesis cast. Okay,
perfect.
24. You managed to like start to pull the keys, and you kind of like go to yank them off of the belt. So now he is going to, and I'm going to have you do a sleight of hand check with your, let's see, how do I want to do this? Because it's not necessarily like just your skill. It's like, it's relating to the telekinesis, and the telekinesis worked really well. But actually, you know what? I think I'm just going to use that, your spell casting roll as like the sleight of hand check. So he has to beat that. Yeah, because I think that's like, I think that makes the most sense in this case.
Please don't overly punish me for doing this.
Okay, 18. He does not notice as he is distracted, and you go and very successfully snag the keys off his belt as he's kind of like trying to like, you know, get some of it off of him and off of his like brigandine. And you hear from inside the laboratory the voice of one of the other soldiers say, "You should go clean up. We'll handle it from here." And he goes, "Oh, God damn it. Fine. All right." And he starts to kind of head towards the exit as you kind of hold the keys suspended in the air, kind of in the darkness over here. So as you begin to pull them towards you.
I was gonna pull them towards me as soon as I could.
Yep. So for this, the other guard is going to see if he sees them at all. So in this case, I think as you're pulling the keys towards you through the air, go ahead and give us just a stealth or sleight of hand check. But it's dim lighting in here, so
not a spellcasting check.
No, because you've already got them. You're holding on to them. You've succeeded the spellcasting. You've got the keys in your magical grasp, and you're just got to pull them to you and move them across the space. And if you want to, do anything else that might aid you in that to help make them more hidden or anything. But I think it's dim lighting, so you're kind of. I think it's a negative to his awareness. I think.
Okay, well, this is what I saved my luck for. Was this?
Yeah, it's a good thing to put some luck into because getting caught probably not great. Where is the lighting table? What page is that on? Probably have it on Foundry somewhere too, but
I have no idea.
Light level. So it is dim lighting, so -2 to his awareness. So let's go ahead and do that. Ooh. All
God
right.
damn it! I don't think there's a way I can
Wow.
pass that.
Yeah, he
What
crit.
the hell?
I mean, you could
I'm
always
sorry.
crit.
I mean, you can crit or you can pump all your luck into it. I mean,
I've got 5 luck and a dexterity of 7. I don't think that's going to work, but I will try.
you'd need to crit.
God damn it.
I'll say, Opheia, go ahead and give us an awareness check. And if you can beat the initial... Because I don't think Opheia necessarily knows what's happening here in the scheme of this plan.
I don't know how I would be privy to this. Yeah.
So, but if you can go ahead and give us an awareness check to see if you notice that the keys are floating, and maybe there's a chance that you could add some sort of distraction or something else along those lines.
I could
A
just
little bit of
fling
luck
them
into this
into
because
Opheia's
I would
cell.
need to
You could
be.
also shit bucket.
I would need to be lucky to know how this happens. But let's see.
21, unfortunately, you have to beat the 24 that Mari cast with the 20 with the magic spell.
Are
right.
the keys immediately in his field of view if he just walked in?
He's been standing there, so the guard here
This is the guard I distracted with shit bucket by making him laugh at it.
Yeah,
I
so
thought that the laughing one. Okay.
yeah, the one that got covered
Not
with the
the
shit
shitty
bucket
one.
has left. He went to go clean himself up, and the keys are now kind of hovering in the dim lighting over here. Mari just needs to pull them to her, but the other guard is still standing there and keeping watch. Unfortunately, with that crit.
I'll try. This is gonna up the risk because he'll probably want to open the cell and beat you to death for doing this. In that case, I'll be able to reposition and make him into a raisin. Hopefully, we'll see. All the luck into my stealth. Please crit.
Wrong kind of crit. No.
Not
Wrong kind of crit.
How fast can you
I
pull?
can't win.
How fast can you pull them? Like, can you get them to your hands before he can? Because he would have to open the door to get at you anyway. If you can
That's
get out of
true.
the cell, you could just dehydrate him to death.
Yeah.
If shit can get out, keys can get in.
So here's what happens. Mare, you pull the keys off of the shit bucket guard and begin to pull them towards you as he leaves the cell. As you begin to pull them towards you, unfortunately, a few of them jingle together in the dim lighting, and this very adept guard, who's just good at his job, I guess, he immediately zeroes in on it and goes, "What the fuck is that?" Mara, you have one chance to grab the keys as he starts to kind of move towards them as they're like zooming towards your hand to grab them through the small window. So go ahead and do a contested.
Can I use spellcasting instead? Since I'm using the force of chaos to pull this thing towards me, this is not physical.
You've already got the spell casting, and so the first check was to grab the keys with telekinesis. This is like to grab them out of the air faster than he does. So This is as they're flying towards you to reach out of the cell and like physically take them into your cell before he gets there and physically takes them away. So this is like last chance, like speed versus speed, essentially. I'm trying to think
it's
of
like a zip line, and you just have to like Like the magic is like it's on a zip line. You have to like snag it.
Well, I can just fully manipulate an object as if I were holding it.
Yeah, so you're essentially holding it in the air, right? But to physically take it into your cell and grab it faster than he does. So let me see.
Could you just pull it magically into the keyhole and turn the thing?
Could I?
You said manipulate it
Sure.
like you're holding it, right?
Yeah, so it allows you to lift and manipulate the object, and I'll let you do another spellcasting check instead of like a standard like reflex check, right? To get it through. You're trying to pull it into your cell, right? Not into like the keyhole.
I was trying to pull it into my cell.
Okay.
But if you will allow me to put it into the keyhole, so I can just open the gate before he gets to me.
You're not going to be able to like fully like get the key in there and turn it and open your cell before because he saw it with a 26 versus your 10.
My 10, my shitty
he saw
10.
it like across the room. So it's like
what a waste of my luck.
I think it's
flying
safer
towards
to
you.
try to get it in because once it's behind the door, he can't. Unless he would have to get another key, which gives you enough time to like.
Yeah.
I mean, he could also just shoot his crossbow into the cell, probably, but
blindly.
Yeah, it would be blindly, and also there's not like a huge range. It's
You could duck down.
like if it's just enough
Yeah.
room, if it's like a foot for like for a tray to get through.
yes.
Like you
but
can't
in this game,
maneuver
remember,
a
like
crossbow. It doesn't like work.
point blank range is good in this game, even if you aren't aiming specifically.
The cell is pretty small.
So,
Yeah.
all right, I'll let you do another contested. In this case, instead of like a reflex check or something, I'll let you do a spell casting check since you're
Thank you.
manipulating it in the air. And let's see. So
24.
24, and he's gonna do, I think, just like an athletics dexterity check here. All right, you beat him, so you're able to pull the keys into your cell as he goes to like reach out. He's like a little bit too slow by a foot or so as the keys zip through the slot in the door, and he goes, "Oh, God damn it!" All right, at this point, I think because you have control of the keys, but the guard knows, Mare and this guard are going to roll for initiative.
Okay.
Mare, you can roll a tactics check, and Opheia and Kilton, you can both roll awareness checks to see if you can tell what's happening
First
outside
decent
yourself.
tactics checks I've ever rolled.
I got shit in my eyes.
Sorry. Thank you for that, though.
I mean that actually worked. So fucking
Yeah? All right, so Kilton, with a 18, you're able to peek out through your now shit-covered door and are able to see what is happening and are able to be aware of what is going on. So if you'd like to roll for initiative, you can also do that. Opheia, same thing, 20.
What the
You're
fuck
able to
am I
look.
gonna do? All right.
I mean,
Yes, it beats nothing, right?
all right.
How the
And-
fuck did I win this with a broken leg?
High dexterity.
That's true.
Mare, with your tactics check, with a 17, that is pretty decent. Here's what you glean from the situation. You have the cell keys there's probably 10 or so different keys on this ring here, now within your grasp. What you've able to obtain tactically is that there are 4 soldiers and 2 Passero in the now latched lab with Casper on the other side of this door. There's the guard right in front of you who has detected your subterfuge and is displeased, and probably
I would be
just
too.
outside of this door is still probably the shit-stained soldier because he hasn't gotten that far in the like 3 seconds that he's gone outside the door. So you've
I'm hoping to do this quickly before he sounds the alarm.
You've basically so you haven't rolled initiative yet, but you think
I
that
haven't. Sorry.
if you don't somehow manage to deal with this guard before his turn, okay, you beat him. Here, you got 14.
Okay.
So, if you can silence him, then you have a chance to not alert everyone else. But if he survives to his turn, he's probably going to sound the alarm. So that's...
Okay. I don't have this, because of the fucking Demeterium, I can't pop. No. Alright.
Alright, yeah. So, Mare, you are up first. You beat everyone else in the initiative order, which is fantastic. Keys in hand. Once again, Mara, you find yourself with one shot, one opportunity to silence this guard. You now don't have any luck.
That's okay. I don't have to do it. Silence. I'm gonna call 6. Okay, my current vigor, my vigor is normally 19. If I pass the fucking check, it's. Should I just try to get out of the cell? Let's see. What is this? Is this resist magic? It is resist magic. Okay. Fuck it. Called shot on Yalak to the head.
Okay. All right. So, gathering your senses here, you realize the import of this moment, and you're going to try and once again overcome the dimeridium here. I think, let me go ahead and see what the phrasing is here with the immutable. So yeah, whenever. So this will require another immutable check, which you should be able to pass pretty easily. And then you'll be able to cast your Angelic at your half your normal vigor if you pass it. So first up, go ahead and give us that second immutable roll. 16,
exactly
that's what
I
you needed. Whew, close. And so you're able to once again overcome the suppressing effects of dimeridium and now able to cast your spell. So go ahead and give us your called shot to the head.
I'm not using my staff. I'm using my constellation mark. That would be a -6.
It should automatically do it if you select to, oh, right, because that's a spell. It doesn't have...
Spell.
Yeah, so it's a -6 to aim for the head, yeah.
Please. Fucking need this.
Could be... I mean, Mari's got some of the biggest crits. Ooh,
Right.
15. Okay.
But it's resist magic.
Resist magic, so he's not great at that. It's not going to be like a mega crit, because you're not going to probably beat him by a large amount, but let's see.
He could
magic.
fumble.
He could. He did. He fumbled.
By how much?
He got 8. So
Fumbled by 5 or more.
6 or more, yeah. So
All right.
Oh, he's fucked.
Okay.
They're going to be drawing straws to see who gets the privilege of cleaning the
Okay,
shit in my
this
cell
is-
after what happens
This
to
is
this guy.
46 times. This is 46 times 3.
yes, and you also get the minor crit bonus as well, which I think is 3 damage.
Yes. Oops.
So go ahead and give us your damage roll there. You can click on that.
Hold on. Nope. Shit. 2, 3, 4.
You can just click on the damage button so that I can apply it.
Let me do that. Damage.
All right.
Could be better.
And let's see. So
This is not negated by armor.
Yeah, he's got a helmet on, but because this is the... let's see. So that's to the head.
This is the turn to grape spell.
All right. Let's see how much it does. Oops. Apply damage. Why is it not applying it?
Oh, it's saying hit to the torso because I didn't. There's no way to like call a shot with a spell. So
But it's still not just even applying any damage to him. So let's see. Apply damage to that. Let's try that. It's not taking it. All right, well, let's see. It would be 3 times, so 33 damage. So the 33 damage does not kill him.
Damn it.
But because he fumbled, you get a minor crit, which means it's 3 extra damage, if I recall correctly, for that. Let's see. Let me just double check. Is it 3 or 5? 3. So, you beat it by 7, right? And he got 15. No, you got 15 and he got 8. Yeah, so you still beat it by 7. So with 3 extra damage, you do successfully kill him. Just barely.
Oh, praise on Yalek.
You got 1 over
Praise
his
the
max
water
health
spell.
with that.
Holy shit, that was so fucking tense.
Oh,
Jesus Christ, dude.
As he goes to start to yell for the guards, you act so quickly. You begin to cast your spell, and he starts to kind of yell out and chokes as he kind of staggers backwards, and he falls to the ground, completely dead.
I don't waste any time. Oh, that's my whole turn.
You can use a stamina to act again.
Yeah, I'll use stamina. Okay, so that was. I gotta be really careful about stamina for spellcasting. So my vigor is 19. I can only cast it half. Should I round up or round down?
Probably round down would be my guess. It probably says in the book, but it'd be
that
9.
means I have a max vigor of 9. Angelic costs 8, which I reduced to 6, so I can use 3. Telekinesis is an active spell, which I currently still have active, and it's an active 2 stamina cost per round, so 6, 7, 8. I will use telekinesis to unlock the door. I'll spend 2 more stamina.
I mean, at this point, you have the keys. You can probably just reach out and
can I just reach out and do it? Then
I'll now that you have the keys, and you can probably just. I mean, you can use telekinesis if you want, but
no, it's okay. I need to save the stamina.
Yeah,
just use kinesis.
Yes, you managed to reach out. You have to
30.
fiddle and figure out which key goes in, but it takes you a moment. You've managed to find it on like the 3rd or 4th try. The key slips into the lock, and with a heavy clunk, the door unlocks and begins to slide open. Mare, you are freed at this point. Now, can
I spend 3 more stamina and go unlock this door right here?
Let's see. So you can only do 1 extra action, I believe.
Oh, only 1?
I think so, but you still have your movement.
Then I'm going to get to Opheia. This is Clarissa's door. Where's Opheia's door?
Opheia's
north
across
of the map.
from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get to you and say, let's get out of here.
Holy hell.
Let's save Casper and get out of here. But that's all I can do on my turn. I'm gonna get you
that
too.
other guy, right?
So no more demeridium. Feels so good to be out of that. Kilton.
Yes. Okay, Mare, as you do that, the guard slumps to the ground, and the guard outside, or the one that left, was not aware. Oops, let's see.
He's currently changing his armor because he's covered in shit.
He's on his way. I mean, this has all happened within the span of like a few seconds, right?
Yeah, he got naked within a few seconds. He just dropped it all right there and hopped clean out of him.
He's not like that far outside of. I mean, you don't know what's on the other side of this door, but you can presume he's not like super far away, right? Because it's only been like 6 to 12 seconds from the time that
I'm being quiet.
Yes,
I'm being quiet.
Go ahead and give us a stealth check here. It's a low DC, but just in case, there are guards on the other side of this door, and you don't know what's on the other side of this door. So
we can have some idea of what happened.
Okay, 19. Very nice. And you have what's the +3 from?
I don't know what that is. So it'd be I don't know what it is, why it's there. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't think you should have a bonus to stealth for now.
Then it's...
but it still passes. You're still fine with a 16. So for now, you think that you are undetected here. So you have the keys on you. On the other side of the door, Casper, go ahead and give us an awareness check.
Yup.
Twenty-one. All right, Casper, you do hear the faint sounds of something happening, the sound of a bucket hitting, the side of a wall, and guards kind of swearing outside the door, and then like the sound of like a body slumping to a stone floor. You get the impression that something is up, as during that time the guards have kind of moved you this way away, and Dupicero is kind of working at one of the stations here, and the guards are kind of leading you towards this like operation table that is here at the end of the chamber.
Right.
Hang in there, baby.
The only all eyes on me, probably no way of me getting out of like sneakily doing anything, right?
Sneaking would be very difficult, like sleight of hand or stealth, because their attention is all directly on you. I mean, if you rolled extremely well, it's possible, but it's not likely.
You also said that they took like basically everything, so I have like, I'm assuming like no pockets or anything.
Yeah, they've essentially kind of stripped you down here after your kind of initial resistances and everything. So you are essentially without anything at this point, shackled at the wrists. You have like probably just kind of your undergarments on at this point.
All right.
In his heart boxers.
Just like that night.
I'd like to... I know something's happening, so I'm not going to actually pop off, because it actually might make everything worse. Make it harder on whoever the fuck is popping off in the other room. Casper's gonna try and get information out of the old pervert.
Sure. So you're going along with them at this point then?
Yeah, I'm gonna play docile.
Okay. So the two kind of goons here kind of leads you to this operation type table, very Dr. Frankenstein-esque, and they kind of... It has like... I don't know, like those like arm and leg restraints built onto it, and unless you're resisting, they attach you to this table.
How am I attached?
So you think like your classic mad scientist type operation table, right? It's got like metal clamps that are kind of built into the table itself. Pretty standard for like a Witcher operation or mutant experimentation lab. So you'd be shackled at your arms and legs, and then probably one like a collar type thing to like hold your head in place.
All right.
The worst Rocky Horror set piece.
Trying to decide. Excuse me. Can I do a tactics check to see what the best move is? Because Bo is not super smart, but I think Casper is.
Sure, absolutely. So give us a tactics check here as you are you're not really sure what's happening, but you're aware that something is happening. So it could be a lot of things outside the door. And I mean, even from the VTT standpoint, I don't think you can see what's happening out there. So it's kind of based on what you've picked up from just the subtle sounds that are happening outside. So let's see what you get with a tactics check. Nice.
Oh, buddy.
Christ.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Jesus.
So, Casper, as you are being led onto this into this operation room and kind of sat down on the table, and you're like thinking, you have a split second to kind of consider your options here as they're like going to begin shackling you. I'll say probably in this time they like are, you know, getting you onto the table here, and okay, with a 37, Casper, I'll say that for the most part you're able to tell from like what you heard with your awareness, you're able to kind of piece together what makes the most sense. And in those few seconds, you are able to essentially put together a very clear picture of what has transpired on the other side of the door, that presumably one of your party, it's hard to tell who from just sound, but from your assumption, it's probably Mare.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, he assumes it's Mare.
It could also maybe be Opheia. You know, you get the impression probably magic was involved. Maybe your medallion vibrates a bit more than normal or something like that here in the space. With a 37, you realize that you are fully unarmed and unarmored, and that puts you in a particularly vulnerable space. Actually, sorry, I take that back. They probably took your medallion as well, so you don't actually have that either.
Our gear is in this room, though, isn't it?
What's that?
Isn't our gear in this room? You said that this was the door that they took it through.
I believe they took it the other. I think I said they should have taken it through the other door that was over. That the other guard went out, not into the lab. So Casper, looking around, you realize you're very vulnerable here. There are at least 4 guards and Tupacera, who is obviously fairly powerfully magically inclined. You think that like getting into a fight here without knowing like the full scope of what's happening could very easily turn deadly very quickly. I think that's probably what you're able to put together. Like, it sounds like fighting back might be an option, but with a 21 awareness, you're still not like 100% sure what's happening outside, just that something is happening. And really, tactically, what you're aware of is what is here in the room. So looking around, you can see there's lots of like alchemical supplies. You see pretty much like an assortment of everything that you could need alchemically. There's kind of dimeridium bars on the windows, but you can kind of sense that the magic isn't suppressed in this room. It's mostly like essentially like a reinforced room from the outside. So it's kind of like a vault of sorts. There's some windows that are kind of leading out. You can see a little bit more out of the castle here or the fortress dungeon than you could from the cell. They're still pretty kind of narrow, probably like 6 inches, maybe 8 inches wide, and like 12 or 8 inches tall. And they have sort of that like old style glass in them. You can see that you're kind of high up in an alpine setting. You can see the kind of bright glow of presumably snow outside, and but there's the bigger windows still have heavy bars on them, and the small windows are too small to really fit through.
Do you think you can get Tupacero to start monologuing?
That's literally what my plan was.
Play off his ego, make him like buy time.
Yeah, tactically that could probably be a good plan. Would be, I mean, play along maybe and buy time.
Yeah, Casper realizing that he's not entirely powerless now because the shackles are not dimeridium, like on the table, right?
On the table, they don't appear to be. They seem to be like some sort of, I don't know, probably not stainless steel, but it's metal.
Your Superman ass is going to bend those things. Maybe.
So
but very strong still, right? I mean, not
they probably
necessarily.
are fully under the impression that because I'm outnumbered, I won't try anything, which is true.
That is a correct assumption.
Yeah, but magic is available in this room, so that's good to know. I think he's just going to say, like, he's going to allow himself to be fully strapped down to the table.
Okay. Yeah, the guards clamp you down. The cold metal kind of presses against your arms and legs, and the kind of collar piece like snaps into position, kind of holding your head in place.
Casper takes a deep breath, trying desperately to not panic. Just a real trying to center himself, trying to think rationally while feeling very irrational out of fear. So another old pervert tries to dissect me. What's your plan this time? Or is it just for kicks?
All right, Casper, as you are strapped down onto the table, Tupacero approaches. You see he's in the time that the guards have kind of got you into position and strapped you down. He has kind of removed his like outer cloak, which was sort of a winter wool type cloak. And you see he's wearing sort of a black and red almost kind of like lab coat underneath, or tunic. He kind of has a gleam in his eye as he kind of leans over, kind of pulling a surgical tray and like stool up as he kind of sits next to you and goes, Casper, I appreciate you taking the time to join us here in the laboratory today. I think it's been a while since I've had the chance to work on one of Degrim's little experiments. Let's take a look at you. And
can you at least get rid of my sense of smell if you're going to talk that close to my
He does have like
face.
old man mung-bean breath, death breath.
Ew, stinky.
All right, as he leans over to examine you, Casper, we will cut back momentarily to Kilton and Opheia. Mari, you're able to get the cell open for Opheia. And
I'll spend 3 stamina to get Kilton's open too.
At this point, we're out of like combat initiative, so yeah, you can just you go over there, unlock the cells, and Mari, you open the cell door to Kilton's. You see that his cell is covered in excrement, and is also his leg is not looking great.
Yeah, I will carefully step over the shit, and I will use some magic healing to treat his wound.
Yay!
Okay. So, Kilton, how many automatic successes did you have? You were at 2, was that correct?
2.
So, Mari, go ahead and give us a magic healing check here. DC 16. Kilton needs 6 of these to reach the treated condition. 21, easily. You pump some magic healing into his starting to strangely, like, yeah, his leg is not great.
I can smell the sepsis.
Yeah, it's not great.
You want to tag team with me?
I was going to tag team. Let me move. I guess I can move.
Yeah. So Mari, you'd probably want to get Kilton out of there, because otherwise you have to do
I'm gonna get him over my shoulder, and we'll carefully walk through the shit, and we'll try to keep the shit off his injured leg.
So I'll say you guys are all here at this point, since the dimeridium cells would be. And Kilton, I don't think you just have the grappled on there to show that you're injured, or?
Oh, I didn't put that on, or I forgot that was on there. Whoops.
It's all good.
There we go.
Double grapple.
Yeah.
I'm just used to seeing characters with nets on them.
Yeah, Kilton, you begin to start to feel like the bones in your leg like realign as they should properly be.
More gently. It doesn't hurt.
I mean, it probably hurts, but it feels like it's being healed.
It hurts probably less than mashing your own bone back together.
It's like a numb pain
Opheia, go
instead
ahead.
of a sharp one. Where are my spells? Blessing of healing.
I'm glad that both of us have this spell.
It's handy. I cannot use my staff. I can use my tattoo.
Yes, you still do have those.
Oh, God damn it.
Opheia, all right. A fumble on a healing by 8. Let's go ahead and revisit our favorite fumble table here.
I think this is the first spellcasting fumble that's not from me.
Yeah, we'll get to see what happens to me.
Let's see. Where is that? That's the hit
I'll have to
That is
location.
not true. Opheia has fumbled, I think, twice before, but usually it's in rituals.
I don't think on spellcasting, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and see here with a fumble of 8. Oh, and remind me in a second. Actually, never mind. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Let's see here. Magic targeting. Why can I not find it? I can never find it when I'm looking for it. It's always like the thing I land on by accident. Anybody have the table?
I didn't
I
get
can
my
probably pull it up.
PDF open.
Okay, there we go. So you fumbled by 8, so the magic that is already partially through you ignites inside you. Not only does the spell fail, but you suffer an elemental fumble effect, as noted below. And is that a mixed is healing?
It's mixed for Opheia. It's earth for me.
So, Opheia, as you go to try and tend to the wounds of Kilton, you realize, like, now that you're out of the Dimeridium cell, your magic kind of like you could feel that connection to chaos again, and you go to kind of channel it, and it's like, oh gosh, it's kind of a lot all at once, like turning the faucet on full blast, like all of a sudden you have all your magic at your disposal again, and it kind of starts to come out a little bit too powerfully. The magic begins to kind of spark out of you. You take 1 point for every 1 point of damage for every point that you fumbled by, and you also suffer one of the effects below chosen by me. So I think for a healing one, I'm gonna go with like probably an earth effect.
Yeah, I'll mention that most of the priest things I don't think are
Actually,
like,
you know what?
explicitly elemental. So
Opheia, go ahead and give us a 1d4, and we'll go. I think earth is what I would go with, but let's go with the dice and see what they say.
my internet
yes.
sucks. I will refresh.
Okay, 2. Okay, so it's actually going to be air, which I think also fits for healing.
Besides that, so I took 8 damage. For that, what were the other results of the fumble?
Yes. So from the fumble, you're going to take the 8 points of damage, and then with the 2 that you rolled, that's going to be an air effect. So as you go to cast this magical healing on Kilton's leg, the air begins to kind of rush around you, and you take 1. Oh, no, you already did that. And then you're thrown back 2 meters. So You're kind of thrown back into like this corner here of the cell, and kind of blasted back by the air, compressed air, kind of like your ears pop, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's hard.
It's been a while since I've had to do any casting. I'm really rusty.
So, and unfortunately, that one does not go off at all. So, Kilton, that is not another. So you have 3 successes of the 6 you need. We're going to cut back to Casper here as Tupacero kind of sits on his little medical stool and leans in and goes, his very bad old man breath. And he is going to kind of lean over Casper and go, so let's see what Degrim has done. Always sloppy work, but looks as though... at least everything's in order. He kind of starts to kind of poke and prod at you, and then he is going to lean in kind of uncomfortably close. I mean, any distance from this man is uncomfortable, but he's going to lean in closer than you would like and kind of almost whisper, but just kind of speak into your ear, Casper, and go, I've got some interesting plans for you, some new mutations that Casimir is intrigued to try, and he always lets me do my little experiments, and I think we'll find some use for you yet, and I think we'll probably have a bit of fun with your friends. He is going to say it sounds like they're making a bit of trouble out there. He actually did also pass the awareness check on Mare's stealth, which I just revealed further up in the chat. He also rolled a 21. He kind of gives you a smile, Casper, and goes, they'll be useful in their own way. It's unfortunate that they couldn't cooperate. It probably would have been easier on them, but, well, more fun for me, I suppose.
How close is he?
He's like probably like a foot away from you or so. He's like face.
I should have bite him.
I was gonna try and bite him.
I did so well.
And you are still
Ludi,
restrained with the kind of neck collar to this table, so your body movement is like very limited as you are.
Oh my god! Wait,
You can't
hold on.
pelvic thrust into him.
I want that deleted. I want that struck from the record.
Well, now that every time someone says that, it usually stays in. So
It all stays in. You don't edit these.
Sorry,
I do.
buddy.
I actually have to edit a lot of them. It takes a lot. So
Man, I'm sorry.
usually takes 4 to 5 hours a week of my time to edit these. So.
Yeah, go send Zip for $5 for his effort.
But I usually try and keep it uncut for the most part as far as like content, because that's kind of the vibe. So,
Yeah.
Casper, what are you doing here? I mean, there's only so much you can do. I mean, if you'd like to say something or potentially you could try and enter into a verbal combat, you might be able to do that. You had mentioned you were going to try and distract him, but he may resist your coercion to enter into that. So
His resist magic is probably stupid high, yeah.
presumably.
Yeah. Does he seem like the type who just like wants to talk about like his work? He seems like he's already kind of like on
He's
the
like
fucking
sharpening the
villain.
knives. Like he doesn't seem like he's that excited to talk. He's excited to like get to work.
All right.
He
Well,
might be able to be coerced if you like succeed, but he seems like there's a time for talking and a time for mutating, and he seems like he's in. So you could try, but it is at
and there's
this
guards right here on either side of me.
Yeah, kind of like they're in proximity, kind of helping Tupacero get some stuff ready and that kind of thing.
Could surprise him. Tell him you're pregnant and he's the father. I'm possessed by a demon. I can't help it.
You've been super sassy today.
I've been having a bad day.
You don't talk to me for like 2 weeks, and then you come on to our show
I've been
and you give me this shit.
I've been going through a lot. I'm not kidding about that.
Ugh. The disrespect I go through. Anyway,
I believe in you, though. I believe you can do something here.
Yeah, Casper,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Casper is going to. Is that any? At any point, is he looking away from me?
He's Tupacero is pretty much focused in on you. He's
Yeah,
he's basically saying like, "Hey, I know your friends are up to something, and I don't care at this moment." And his focus is all on you as he's preparing his scalpel and his injection syringes and all kinds of
Buy
stuff.
us time. Buy us time.
I'm going to. I'm looking at like my sign list, and I'm trying to decide what exactly I want to go through here. I'm just so bad at empathy skills that I'm like, I don't want to try and persuade him to do something because that's not going to work.
Yeah, it's probably. I mean, someone like Kilton might be able to persuade him, but you get the impression that it's not.
Yeah.
You're not going to likely have a great chance at that.
I'm going to start listing everything I know about Witchers.
Okay. To what effect?
I'm going to try and intrigue him. I want, if he's actually interested in like how they do.
Absolutely.
Casper is a smart cookie, and I have Witcher training, and that's something I can do.
Yeah, go ahead and give us a Witcher training or Witcher lore check. Ooh.
I fumbled. Of course I fumbled.
Oh,
Of course I
not a
fumbled.
bad fumble.
Not a bad fumble for that.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah,
I'm
it's not too
out
bad. You start kind of listing things, and I think part of it is just the psychological aspect of like you're thinking about what your friends are doing. You're strapped to this table. This unsettling man is getting ready to operate on you, and you just kind of start fumbling over your words and start kind of like mixing up facts and data and like drawing a blank on certain things. And with a 16, I mean, it's still much more than the average person would probably know about Witchers. But Tupacero just kind of gives you a grimacing smile as he kind of like places his clammy, cold old man hand on your forehead and goes, there. Calm yourself, child. It'll all be over soon enough.
I hate you so fucking much. I'm gonna try and bite his hand when he touches my head.
Okay.
I want to try and bite his finger off.
All right. It's going to be quite challenging because you are kind of strapped in place.
I
but
don't
so it'll
care. I need
be
to try.
absolutely. Go ahead and give us, I think in this case, a brawling. It's kind of an unarmed attack. So a reflex brawling check here.
Put all my luck into it. Fuck it. Fuck you.
All right.
Fuck your life.
All right.
Big
He's going to
bond.
do
Taking a finger with me, you fucker.
Let's see. I think he's going to do a contested brawling. He's not great at that. So, yeah, you managed to bite him. Go ahead and give us a, let's
Make
see.
it 1% harder for him to cast spells.
Let's see. What's your body, what's your unarmed attack stat for stuff? Punch and kick and everything?
Oh god.
You know, I was gonna dissect you, but now I feel like sewing your arms and legs together. Fucking asshole.
and then I'll dissect you.
Don't know how to do that.
So there's that
one.
chart in kind of the earlier section of the book that it shows the chart of what your body skill is to the damage for unarmed combat.
Let me go grab my book.
It's okay. It's your body plus will divided by 2 is your
Body plus will.
Oh, sorry. Let's see. That's just for the physical table. So for hand to hand, your body is 10. So for 9 to 10, it's 1d6 plus 4. We'll do that. So 1d6 plus 4 for damage.
Okay.
And this will be obviously to a hand, or so an arm. So say it's an aimed shot, but you've already hit him. So okay, 8. And it's arm shots, so half to 4. He kind of tries to draw his hand back, but is a little too slow as you bite onto the side of his hand and kind of try and gall his finger off. But it just kind of leaves him his finger bleeding as he goes, "Damn you uncultured swine. We'll have to do something about that mouth. Perhaps I think I have just the mutation for you.
Wow.
All right. as that happens, he goes to stand up, and
Cunt fuck.
you
I
all
knew you
hear
were gonna give it
outside of
something.
the cell a loud kind of and like the sound of Opheia hitting the stone wall and slumping to the
Someone
ground.
just banging on their cell door.
It's a very distinctive like sound of air pressure like exploding, popping as
on,
Opheia
man.
fumbles.
Come on, man.
And we are going to roll initiative again.
Me too.
I thought we were still in initiative. Oh God.
No, we ended that one because you guys
Yeah.
were undetected. So,
Nice.
and Casper, yes, go ahead.
Wanted to get your leg
We're good.
treated so you could
Uh,
not have to give it speed.
Of
Thanks.
course.
Thankfully, I don't
Of
shoot the
course.
crossbow with my toes, so I should be fine.
Of course, that's the fucking 10.
That's a really good initiative roll for me. Holy hell.
Hey,
It's handy.
Okay, as Opheia, you kind of pick yourself back up, recovering from the fumbled magic. The three of you are in kind of the cell block here. You are fully aware from the sound that has just occurred that anyone in the vicinity is going to have heard that, and we will pick back up there at the start of initiative next time.
Yeah.